Atomic Habits by James Clear is a transformative book that delves into the science of habit formation and offers practical strategies for creating good habits, breaking bad ones, and mastering the tiny behaviors that lead to remarkable results. Clear's central premise is that small changes, or atomic habits, can have a profound impact on our lives when they are consistently applied over time. He explains that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement, and even a 1% improvement each day can lead to significant growth in the long run. The book is structured around 4 key laws of behavior change: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Clear uses these principles to guide readers in designing their environments and routines to encourage positive behaviors and discourage negative ones. He also emphasizes the importance of identity-based habits, suggesting that the key to lasting change is to focus on who you wish to become rather than what you want to achieve. About the author, James Clear is a writer, speaker, and expert on habits and decision-making. His work is widely recognized for its clarity and actionable insights. Clear's interest in habits began after he suffered a serious injury in high school, which led him to explore the science of habits and human behavior as a means to aid his recovery and improve his performance. He has since dedicated his career to understanding how habits work and how they can be harnessed to achieve personal and professional success. Through his writing, speaking engagements, and online courses, Clear has helped millions of people improve their lives by making small, consistent changes. Here's a detailed summary of Atomic Habits by James Clear. Introduction, My Story. James Clear begins Atomic Habits with a compelling personal narrative that sets the stage for the book's exploration of habits and their transformative power. His story starts with a devastating accident that occurred during his sophomore year in high school. While playing baseball, Clear was hit in the face with a baseball bat, which caused severe injuries, including multiple skull fractures and brain swelling. This injury left him in a critical condition and required a lengthy and painful recovery process. Clear describes the immediate aftermath of the accident, including his time in the intensive care unit, the surgeries he underwent, and the physical and emotional challenges he faced during his recovery. He had to relearn basic skills, like walking and talking, and faced significant setbacks. This period of his life was marked by frustration and uncertainty about his future, especially his athletic career. Despite these challenges, Clear found a way to turn his situation around. He began to focus on small, incremental improvements in his daily life. These tiny changes, or atomic habits, started to compound over time, leading to significant progress. For example, he slowly rebuilt his strength and stamina by committing to small, manageable exercises and gradually increasing their intensity. He also applied this approach to his academic performance and personal development. Clear's journey from a state of physical and emotional devastation to becoming a successful athlete and student is a testament to the power of small habits. His high school recovery culminated in him being named the top male athlete at his university, a feat he attributes to the consistent application of atomic habits. Clear uses his story to illustrate the central theme of the book, the profound impact of small habits on achieving remarkable results. He emphasizes that anyone can adopt this approach, regardless of their starting point or the challenges they face. His personal experience serves as a powerful example of how tiny, consistent changes can lead to significant and lasting improvements in life. The fundamentals: why tiny changes make a big difference. Clear explains the concept of atomic habits, small habits that are part of a larger system of compound growth. He emphasizes that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement, and even a 1% daily improvement can lead to significant growth over time. Clear introduces the habit loop, cue, craving, response, and reward, as the framework for understanding and modifying habits. Clear introduces the concept of atomic habits, which are small actions that are the fundamental units of significant behavioral changes. He explains that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just as small financial investments grow exponentially over time, tiny habits lead to substantial personal growth and success when repeated consistently. He introduces the habit loop, consisting of cue, craving, response, and reward, and explains how understanding this loop is crucial for creating good habits and breaking bad ones. Clear uses the analogy of compound interest to illustrate how habits compound over time. Even a 1% improvement each day can lead to a significant transformation. Conversely, a 1% decline each day can lead to negative outcomes. This concept underscores the importance of making small positive changes consistently. Chapter 1, The Surprising Power of Atomic Habits. Clear delves deeper into the power of small habits by discussing the principle of marginal gains, popularized by British cycling coach Dave Brailsford. By focusing on making small 1% improvements in various aspects of cycling, Brailsford's team achieved extraordinary success, including multiple Tour de France victories. Clear argues that this principle applies to all areas of life. He introduces the concept of the plateau of latent potential, which explains why people often give up on their habits before seeing results. Like heating an ice cube, significant change doesn't occur until a critical point is reached. Clear emphasizes that the most significant results of your habits are often delayed, and persistence through this plateau is essential. He encourages readers to focus on systems rather than goals. Goals are about the results you want to achieve, while systems are about the processes that lead to those results. By optimizing your systems, you make progress inevitable and success more sustainable. Chapter 2, How Your Habits Shape Your Identity, and Vice Versa. Clear explores the relationship between habits and identity. He argues that the most effective way to change your habits is to focus on who you wish to become, rather than what you want to achieve. This identity-based approach to habits involves adopting the habits of the person you want to become. For example, instead of setting a goal to run a marathon, you identify yourself as a runner. Clear introduces the concept of identity-based habits, where the focus is on reinforcing your desired identity through your actions. He explains that every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Small habits can help reinforce your desired identity, making it easier to stick to them. Clear provides practical examples and exercises to help readers identify their desired identities and align their habits accordingly. This approach shifts the focus from outcomes to processes, which is more sustainable in the long term. Chapter 3, How to Build Better Habits in 4 Simple Steps. Clear outlines the 4 stages of habit formation: cue, craving, response, and reward. These stages form the habit loop that governs all behaviors. He introduces the 4 laws of behavior change, which correspond to these stages: make it obvious, cue; make it attractive, craving; make it easy, response; and make it satisfying, reward. These laws serve as the foundation for creating good habits and breaking bad ones. Clear explains that by making the cues for good habits obvious, the cravings attractive, the responses easy, and the rewards satisfying, you can effectively change your behavior. He provides practical strategies and examples for applying each of these laws to your daily life. For instance, he discusses how to use visual cues to trigger desired behaviors, how to pair habits with enjoyable activities to make them more attractive, how to simplify habits to reduce friction, and how to create immediate rewards to reinforce positive behaviors. By understanding and manipulating these stages, you can design your environment and routines to support positive habits and eliminate negative ones. The first law, make it obvious. This principle revolves around the idea that the first step to establishing a new habit is to make it obvious. This involves creating clear cues and triggers in your environment that prompt you to perform the desired behavior. By making these cues noticeable and prominent, you increase the likelihood of remembering and executing the habit consistently. Examples of making habits obvious include placing your workout clothes by your bed to remind you to exercise in the morning, or setting a specific time and location for reading each day. Chapter 4, The Man Who Didn't Look Right. In Chapter 4 of Atomic Habits, James Clear emphasizes the importance of cues in habit formation. He illustrates this with the story of a doctor who could diagnose patients at a glance because he recognized subtle cues that others missed. Clear explains that our habits are initiated by cues, and by making these cues more obvious, we can make it easier to start desired behaviors. The chapter underscores the significance of awareness in identifying the cues that trigger our habits. By becoming more conscious of these cues, we can manipulate our environment to promote positive habits and diminish negative ones. Clear introduces practical strategies for making cues more obvious. He suggests using visual reminders, such as placing items related to your habit in prominent locations to trigger the desired behavior. For example, if you want to remember to take your vitamins, place the bottle on your kitchen counter where you will see it every morning. He also discusses the use of a habit scorecard, a tool for tracking and analyzing your daily habits to identify patterns and areas for improvement. By making the cues for good habits more visible and reducing the exposure to cues for bad habits, you can significantly influence your behavior and make positive changes more automatic. Chapter 5, The Best Way to Start a New Habit. In Chapter 5 of Atomic Habits, James Clear introduces the concept of implementation intentions and habit stacking as effective strategies for starting new habits. Implementation intentions involve planning exactly when and where you will perform a new habit, creating a clear and specific plan that links the desired behavior to a particular cue. For instance, instead of saying, "I will exercise more," you create a specific plan like, "I will exercise at 7 a.m. in my living room." This approach helps to eliminate ambiguity and increases the likelihood of following through with the habit. Clear also discusses habit stacking, a technique that involves linking a new habit to an existing one, using the established behavior as a trigger for the new action. By stacking a new habit onto an existing routine, you leverage the consistency and regularity of your current habits to support the formation of new ones. For example, you might stack, "After I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 2 minutes." This method simplifies the process of habit formation by using a familiar cue to initiate the new behavior, making it more likely to stick. Both strategies emphasize the importance of clear cues and structured routines in developing lasting habits. Chapter 6, Motivation is Overrated. Environment Often Matters More. In Chapter 6 of Atomic Habits, James Clear argues that while motivation is important, it is often overrated as a strategy for achieving long-term behavior change. Instead, he emphasizes the significant role of the environment in shaping our actions. Clear suggests that the key to building better habits and achieving success is to design an environment that naturally supports positive behaviors and makes undesirable actions more difficult. He explains that our surroundings can either make it easy for us to follow through on our intentions or create friction that hinders our progress. By strategically designing your environment to remove barriers and add triggers for good habits, you can create a context in which desired behaviors are more likely to occur automatically. Clear provides practical examples of how to optimize your environment for better habits. For instance, if you want to read more, place books in visible and accessible locations around your home. If you aim to eat healthier, make nutritious foods more convenient to reach than junk food. Clear also introduces the concept of choice architecture, which involves organizing your physical space in a way that nudges you towards better decisions. By altering your surroundings to support your goals, you can reduce your reliance on willpower and create a setting that makes good habits the path of least resistance. This approach underscores the idea that behavior change is often more about changing the context in which we operate rather than relying solely on internal motivation. Chapter 7, The Secret to Self-Control. In Chapter 7, Clear explores the limitations of self-control and argues that it is often overestimated as a strategy for behavior change. He explains that self-control is like a muscle that can become fatigued with overuse. Instead of relying on willpower to resist temptation, Clear suggests that the key to maintaining self-control is to avoid tempting situations altogether. By designing your environment to remove temptations and make desirable actions more accessible, you can enhance your self-control and make it easier to stick to good habits. Clear provides practical strategies for managing temptations, such as using commitment devices to lock in future behavior and avoiding triggers that lead to bad habits. Clear emphasizes that the best way to improve self-control is to make it unnecessary by altering your environment. For example, if you want to reduce alcohol consumption, avoid keeping alcohol in your house. If you want to cut down on social media use, delete the apps from your phone. By reducing the number of decisions you need to make in tempting situations, you conserve your willpower for other tasks. This chapter underscores the idea that the environment plays a crucial role in shaping behavior and that designing your surroundings to support your goals is more effective than relying on sheer willpower. The second law, make it attractive. The second law focuses on making habits more appealing and attractive. According to this principle, humans are more likely to repeat behaviors that are satisfying or enjoyable. To make a habit attractive, you can add rewards or incentives that make the activity more enjoyable. This could involve incorporating elements of gamification, such as tracking progress or setting up a reward system for completing tasks. Additionally, linking the habit to a positive experience or outcome can increase motivation and reinforce the behavior. Chapter 8. How to Make a Habit Irresistible. In Chapter 8, James Clear explores the critical role that cravings play in habit formation and maintenance. He explains that habits become attractive when they are paired with behaviors or stimuli that trigger a dopamine response, the brain's pleasure chemical. This concept, known as temptation bundling, involves linking an action you want to do with an action you need to do. For instance, you might only allow yourself to watch your favorite TV show while exercising. This creates a positive association and makes the habit more appealing. Clear also introduces the concept of motivational rituals, which are specific routines performed before a habit that make the experience more enjoyable. By incorporating elements that you find enjoyable or rewarding, you can increase the likelihood of sticking to the habit. He emphasizes that the more attractive a habit is, the more likely you are to engage in it. By understanding and leveraging the power of cravings and dopamine, you can design habits that are not only effective, but also enjoyable and sustainable. Chapter 9. The Role of Family and Friends in Shaping Your Habits. Chapter 9 delves into the significant influence that social environment has on habit formation. Clear argues that our behaviors are often shaped by the people around us. As humans are inherently social creatures who tend to conform to group norms. He emphasizes that joining a culture where your desired behavior is the norm can significantly increase your chances of adopting that behavior. For example, if you want to exercise regularly, surrounding yourself with friends who prioritize fitness can provide the social reinforcement needed to maintain this habit. Clear also discusses the concept of social identity and how our connection to a group can shape our behaviors. When we identify with a particular group, we are more likely to adopt the habits that are typical within that group. By being mindful of the social influences around us and intentionally choosing environments and relationships that support our desired habits, we can harness the power of social norms to our advantage. This chapter highlights the importance of leveraging social connections to foster positive habits and minimize negative ones. Chapter 10. How to Find and Fix the Causes of Your Bad Habits. In Chapter 10, Clear focuses on the underlying causes of bad habits and how to effectively address them. He explains that bad habits persist because they fulfill specific needs or cravings, even if they are ultimately harmful. To break a bad habit, it is crucial to identify the underlying cue and the craving it satisfies. Clear suggests conducting a habit scorecard to track your behaviors and identify patterns that trigger bad habits. By understanding these triggers, you can develop strategies to avoid or alter them. Clear introduces the inversion of the second law of behavior change, which involves making bad habits unattractive by highlighting their negative consequences. This can be done by reframing your mindset and focusing on the long-term costs rather than the immediate gratification. Additionally, he emphasizes the importance of finding healthier alternatives to satisfy the same cravings that bad habits fulfill. By addressing the root causes and modifying the environment to reduce cues for bad habits, you can effectively break negative patterns and replace them with positive behaviors. The third law, make it easy. Simplifying habits is the key concept behind the third law. By reducing friction and obstacles associated with performing a habit, you make it easier to adopt and maintain. This can involve breaking down the habit into smaller, manageable steps, or streamlining your environment to minimize distractions. Making the desired behavior as effortless as possible increases the likelihood of consistency and success. For example, if you want to establish a habit of practicing guitar daily, you could leave your guitar out in the open and set a specific time each day for practice to eliminate barriers to starting. Chapter 11. Walk slowly, but never backward. In Chapter 11, James Clear emphasizes the importance of making habits as easy as possible to start and maintain. He introduces the concept of the 2-minute rule, which suggests that when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. The idea is that any habit can be scaled down to a 2-minute version, making it easy to start. This principle leverages the fact that the key to building a new habit is to make it so easy that you can't say no. By starting with a small, manageable task, you lower the barrier to entry and increase the likelihood of following through. Clear explains that once you start doing the 2-minute version of the habit, you often end up doing more than you initially planned. The 2-minute rule helps to overcome the inertia that often prevents people from starting new habits. It's about getting into the routine of showing up and taking the first step, which is often the hardest part. Over time, these small efforts compound and lead to significant changes. Clear underscores that the goal is not to achieve perfection immediately, but to establish consistency, which lays the foundation for long-term success. Chapter 12, The Law of Least Effort. Chapter 12 delves into the concept of the path of least resistance, emphasizing that human behavior naturally gravitates towards the option that requires the least effort. Clear explains that to build good habits and break bad ones, you need to reduce the friction associated with positive behaviors and increase the friction associated with negative ones. For example, if you want to read more, place books in easily accessible locations. If you want to watch less TV, remove the batteries from the remote control to add an extra step. Clear provides various strategies to design your environment in a way that supports your goals. By simplifying the process for good habits and making bad habits more difficult, you can make it easier to stick to desired behaviors. He also highlights the importance of environment design, showing that small adjustments in your surroundings can lead to significant changes in your behavior. The principle of least effort aligns with the broader theme of the book, making small incremental changes that collectively lead to substantial improvement. Chapter 13. How to Stop Procrastinating by Using the 2-Minute Rule. In Chapter 13, Clear expands on the 2-minute rule introduced earlier, focusing specifically on its application to overcoming procrastination. The 2-minute rule states that when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. This rule helps to make the habit so easy to begin that you can't find an excuse not to do it. Clear illustrates how breaking down larger tasks into manageable 2-minute actions can help you get started, which is often the hardest part of any task. Clear provides examples of how the 2-minute rule can be applied to various goals, such as writing, exercising, or reading. By lowering the threshold for starting, you create a momentum that can carry you forward. He argues that the most important part of building a new habit is showing up, and the 2-minute rule ensures that you show up consistently. Once you start the task, you often find that you continue beyond the initial 2 minutes, making substantial progress over time. This approach helps to overcome procrastination by making the start of the task feel trivial and achievable. Chapter 14. How to Make Good Habits Inevitable and Bad Habits Impossible. Chapter 14 discusses strategies for making good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible by using commitment devices and habit automation. Clear explains that commitment devices are choices you make in the present that control your actions in the future. These devices lock in future behavior, making it easier to stick to good habits and harder to engage in bad ones. Examples include setting automatic savings plans or using technology to block distracting websites during work hours. Clear also emphasizes the importance of automating habits to reduce the need for willpower and decision-making. By creating an environment that supports your desired habits, you make it more likely that you will stick to them. For instance, preparing your gym clothes the night before makes it easier to work out in the morning. The goal is to design your life in a way that your good habits are the default actions. Clear provides practical tips on how to implement these strategies, making it clear that by controlling your environment and using commitment devices, you can significantly improve your chances of maintaining good habits and eliminating bad ones. The fourth law, make it satisfying. This law underscores the importance of immediate rewards and gratification in reinforcing habits. Humans are wired to seek immediate satisfaction, so providing instant rewards for completing a habit makes it more likely to be repeated. Creating a sense of accomplishment or enjoyment associated with the habit can also enhance its satisfaction. For instance, if you're trying to develop a habit of drinking more water, you could reward yourself with a tasty treat or a few minutes of relaxation after each successful intake. Chapter 15, The Cardinal Rule of Behavior Change. In Chapter 15, James Clear introduces the cardinal rule of behavior change. Behaviors that are immediately rewarded are repeated, and those that are immediately punished are avoided. This principle underscores the importance of making habits satisfying to encourage repetition. Clear explains that immediate satisfaction helps to reinforce the behavior, making it more likely to become a habit. Conversely, if a behavior is not satisfying, it is less likely to be repeated. This chapter emphasizes the need for immediate feedback to solidify new habits. Clear provides practical strategies for making habits more satisfying, such as using habit trackers and rewarding yourself for completing tasks. Habit trackers create a visual representation of your progress, which can be incredibly motivating. By marking off each day you stick to a habit, you build a sense of accomplishment and momentum. Additionally, rewarding yourself in small ways for completing a habit can make the process more enjoyable and sustainable. The focus is on creating a positive immediate response to reinforce the desired behavior. Chapter 16, How to Stick with Good Habits Every Day. Chapter 16 focuses on the importance of consistency in building and maintaining habits. Clear discusses the role of habit tracking and accountability partners in ensuring daily adherence to your habits. Habit tracking provides a visual cue of your progress and helps maintain motivation by creating a record of your success. Seeing a chain of completed days can create a psychological incentive to keep the streak going, as breaking the chain becomes less appealing. Clear also highlights the benefits of having an accountability partner, someone who can provide support, encouragement, and constructive feedback. This person holds you accountable to your commitments, increasing the likelihood that you will follow through with your habits. The combination of habit tracking and accountability partners creates a supportive framework that helps you stay consistent, even when motivation wanes. The chapter emphasizes that the key to long-term success is not perfection, but persistence in the face of challenges. Chapter 17, How an Accountability Partner Can Change Everything. In Chapter 17, Clear delves deeper into the role of accountability in habit formation. He explains how having an accountability partner can significantly enhance your ability to stick to your habits. This person acts as a source of motivation and support, providing regular check-ins to ensure you stay on track. The social expectation of reporting your progress to someone else creates an additional layer of commitment and can be a powerful motivator. Clear provides guidelines for selecting an effective accountability partner and setting up a productive accountability system. The partner should be someone who supports your goals and is willing to provide honest feedback. Regular meetings or check-ins can help maintain momentum and address any challenges that arise. Clear also discusses the concept of creating a habit contract, where you outline your goals and the consequences for not meeting them. This formal agreement can further reinforce your commitment and increase the stakes for maintaining your habits. Advanced Tactics: How to go from being merely good to being truly great. This section likely delves deeper into strategies for optimizing habits and achieving exceptional results. It may include techniques for overcoming common obstacles, refining habit implementation, and sustaining long-term behavior change. Advanced tactics could encompass mindset shifts, habit stacking, or leveraging social support networks to bolster habit formation. By implementing these advanced strategies, individuals can elevate their habits from merely good to truly great unlocking their full potential for personal and professional growth. Chapter 18, The Truth About Talent, When Genes Matter and When They Don't. Chapter 18 explores the interplay between talent and habits, discussing the role of genetics and environment in shaping behavior. Clear explains that while genetics set the boundaries for potential, habits determine how much of that potential you can achieve. Talent can give you an advantage, but consistent effort and effective habits are what enable you to reach your full potential. Clear uses examples from sports and other fields to illustrate how talented individuals maximize their abilities through disciplined habits and deliberate practice. Clear emphasizes that focusing on habits allows you to improve regardless of your genetic predispositions. By identifying your strengths and tailoring your habits to leverage them, you can achieve remarkable results. He introduces the concept of the explore-exploit trade-off, where you experiment with different activities to find what you excel at, explore, and then focus on honing those skills, exploit. This approach helps you make the most of your natural abilities while continuously improving through practice and refinement. Chapter 19, The Goldilocks Rule, How to Stay Motivated in Life and Work. In Chapter 19, Clear introduces the Goldilocks Rule, which states that humans experience peak motivation when working on tasks that are right on the edge of their current abilities. These tasks are not too easy or too hard, but are challenging enough to keep you engaged and motivated. Clear explains that finding this balance is crucial for maintaining long-term motivation and avoiding boredom or frustration. Tasks that are too easy become boring, while tasks that are too difficult lead to anxiety and discouragement. Clear provides strategies for applying the Goldilocks rule to your habits and goals. He suggests setting goals that are challenging but achievable and adjusting the difficulty as your skills improve. By continuously pushing yourself just beyond your comfort zone, you create a sense of progress and achievement that sustains motivation. Clear also discusses the importance of immediate feedback in maintaining motivation, as it helps you see the results of your efforts and make necessary adjustments to stay on track. Chapter 20, The Downside of Creating Good Habits. In the final chapter, Clear addresses the potential downsides of creating good habits. He warns that while habits can lead to efficiency, they can also cause stagnation if not regularly reviewed and adjusted. When habits become automatic, there is a risk of becoming complacent and losing the awareness of why you started them in the first place. This can lead to a lack of innovation and improvement, as you might stick to outdated routines that no longer serve your goals. Clear emphasizes the importance of regularly reflecting on your habits to ensure they align with your current objectives and values. He suggests conducting periodic reviews to assess the effectiveness of your habits and make necessary adjustments. Clear also discusses the concept of identity flexibility, which involves being open to changing your identity and habits as you grow and evolve. By staying mindful and adaptable, you can avoid the pitfalls of automaticity and continue to make meaningful progress in your personal and professional life. Conclusion: The secret to results that last. In the conclusion of Atomic Habits, James Clear encapsulates the central message of his book. The key to lasting success is not about making radical changes, but about making small, incremental improvements consistently. He emphasizes that the habits you form define your identity, and by focusing on the process rather than the outcome, you can achieve remarkable results. Clear reiterates the importance of the 4 laws of behavior change: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. These principles serve as a practical framework for building good habits and breaking bad ones. Clear also discusses the importance of patience and persistence. Significant change takes time, and the most impactful habits are often those that seem small and insignificant at first. He encourages readers to embrace the journey of continuous improvement and to celebrate small wins along the way. By staying committed to the process and making consistent small adjustments, you can achieve lasting success and create a positive impact on your life. Clear concludes with a reminder that habits are a powerful tool for self-improvement, and by mastering them, you can shape your future. Appendix. The Appendix of Atomic Habits provides additional resources and practical tips for applying the concepts discussed in the book. Clear includes a variety of tools and strategies to help readers implement the 4 laws of behavior change in different areas of their lives. This section is designed to be a practical guide for readers who want to take action and apply the principles of atomic habits to their daily routines. What should you read next? Clear offers a list of recommended readings that expand on the topics covered in the book. These books provide further insights into habit formation, behavior change, and self-improvement. Clear suggests that readers who are interested in delving deeper into these subjects explore these resources to gain a more comprehensive understanding. Little Lessons from the 4 Laws. This section summarizes the key takeaways from each of the 4 laws of behavior change. Clear provides practical examples and tips for implementing each law in your daily life. These lessons serve as a quick reference guide for readers who want to reinforce their understanding of the core principles discussed in the book. How to apply these ideas to business. Clear discusses how the principles of atomic habits can be applied in a business context. He provides examples of how organizations can create environments that support positive habits and drive productivity. By applying the 4 laws of behavior change, businesses can foster a culture of continuous improvement and achieve long-term success. How to apply these ideas to parenting. Clear also addresses how parents can use the principles of atomic habits to instill good habits in their children. He offers practical advice on how to create a supportive environment that encourages positive behaviors and helps children develop healthy habits. This section highlights the importance of modeling good habits and providing consistent feedback to reinforce desired behaviors. Habit Scorecard. The Habit Scorecard is a tool designed to help readers track and analyze their habits. Clear provides a template for creating a habit scorecard, which allows you to identify your current habits, assess their effectiveness, and make adjustments as needed. This tool is useful for gaining insights into your behavior patterns and making data-driven decisions to improve your habits. Templates and worksheets. Clear includes various templates and worksheets to help readers apply the concepts discussed in the book. These resources are designed to be practical tools for habit tracking, goal setting, and behavior analysis. By using these templates, readers can create a structured approach to habit formation and monitor their progress over time. The Appendix serves as a valuable resource for readers who want to take actionable steps to implement the principles of atomic habits in their lives. It provides practical tools, additional readings, and concrete examples to help readers build and maintain positive habits for long-term success. Review. Atomic Habits by James Clear stands out as a comprehensive and practical guide for anyone looking to improve their daily routines and overall lifestyle through the power of small, consistent habits. Clear's writing is engaging and accessible, making complex concepts easy to understand and apply. The book is structured around the 4 laws of behavior change. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. These principles are not only well explained, but also supported by a variety of real-life examples and scientific research, which provide a solid foundation for readers to build their own habits. One of the book's greatest strengths is Clear's ability to combine personal anecdotes with scientific insights. His personal story of recovery from a severe injury adds a compelling and relatable narrative, demonstrating the transformative power of small habits in a real-world context. This blend of storytelling and science makes the book both informative and inspirational, as readers can see how these principles have been successfully applied in Clear's own life and in the lives of others. Clear also excels at providing actionable advice. Each chapter concludes with practical steps and strategies that readers can implement immediately. For example, the concept of the two-minute rule, starting new habits by doing them for just 2 minutes, is a simple yet powerful technique that lowers the barrier to entry and helps establish consistency. Clear's emphasis on tracking habits and creating accountability systems further enhances the practicality of his advice, making it easy for readers to monitor their progress and stay motivated. Another notable aspect of Atomic Habits is its versatility. The principles outlined in the book can be applied to a wide range of goals, from improving personal health and productivity to achieving professional success. Clear's framework for habit formation is universal, making it relevant to readers from all walks of life. Whether someone is looking to quit smoking, exercise regularly, or improve their study habits, Atomic Habits provides a clear roadmap to help them achieve their goals. Moreover, Clear's writing style is concise and engaging, which helps maintain the reader's interest throughout the book. He breaks down complex ideas into manageable chunks and uses a variety of examples to illustrate his points. This approach not only makes the content more digestible, but also reinforces the key concepts, helping readers retain and apply the information more effectively. In summary, Atomic Habits is a valuable resource for anyone seeking to understand and harness the power of small, incremental changes. James Clear's blend of personal experience, scientific research, and practical advice makes the book a compelling and effective guide to habit formation. Its clear, actionable steps and broad applicability ensure that it can benefit readers in various aspects of their lives, making it a must-read for those committed to personal development and lasting change. Criticism. While Atomic Habits by James Clear offers a wealth of practical advice and insightful strategies for habit formation, it is not without its shortcomings. One criticism is the repetitive nature of the content. Clear frequently reiterates similar principles and ideas throughout the book, which can make it feel redundant at times. This repetition might be seen as a strength by some, reinforcing key concepts, but for others, it may detract from the overall reading experience, making the book longer than necessary without introducing substantial new information. Additionally, the book's emphasis on making small, incremental changes may not resonate with readers who are looking for more immediate, transformative results. While the philosophy of gradual improvement is sound and backed by evidence, individuals facing urgent, significant challenges may feel that the approach lacks the intensity and urgency they need. Moreover, Clear's heavy reliance on anecdotal evidence, while engaging and relatable, may leave some readers questioning the scientific rigor behind the claims. Although Clear does reference scientific studies, the book would benefit from a deeper exploration of the research to strengthen its credibility. Another area for potential criticism is the book's broad applicability. While Clear provides numerous examples from various contexts, some readers may find it difficult to apply the principles to their specific situations, especially in more complex or less common scenarios. The one-size-fits-all approach might not address the unique nuances and challenges faced by individuals with different backgrounds and circumstances. Lastly, the actionable steps and strategies, while practical, can sometimes seem overly simplistic, potentially underestimating the complexities of human behavior and the difficulties in changing deeply ingrained habits. Overall, while Atomic Habits is a valuable resource with many strengths, these criticisms highlight areas where it may fall short for certain readers, particularly those seeking immediate change, more scientific depth, or tailored advice for complex situations. Disclaimer: this summary and review are based on James Clear's Atomic Habits, and the interpretations and opinions expressed herein are intended for informational purposes. Readers are encouraged to read the original book to fully grasp the author's insights and recommendations. Individual results from applying the book's strategies may vary, and it is advisable to consider personal circumstances and consult with relevant professionals when making significant lifestyle changes.